First of all, folks, Iwan Rheon. That's why I'm here. You know, from Game of Thrones and Inhumans and all that. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, he's in this film. So therefore, I was definitely checking this out. And that means it's time to get into my review of his new film, Barbarians. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel today for another review. And today we're going to be reviewing the film Barbarians, which made its world premiere this year at Fantastic Fest 2021. Now, yes, Iwan Rheon, which is almost like a tongue twister, you know, from Game of Thrones and from Inhumans, he's your lead in this film. And you know, it's always interesting to see folks that you know, from very popular shows, franchises, movies, whatever it may be, in other projects, mostly independent projects, because I think for me, this is always a display of versatility in their acting. And I'm a fan of his. I was like, you know what? I don't even care. I just want to see what this film is about. And I gotta say, man, this was a long night for this group of friends here. And I will also say that, and I have to be brutally honest, like the acting really didn't start off too good in this film. It was really a lot of the jump scares that kind of really kept me invested, you know, for the first part of this film. But things did get better. But really, the jump scares really created like this eerie, uneasy feeling for a lot of the film. And the score had you just anticipating, waiting for something to happen, because you knew something was brewing up, but it was just going to take a little while for it to get there. And then there was this creepy fox that I'm always like, I think if there's one thing I'm always just kind of really like reserved about, is like animals in horror films, and whether they're being slaughtered or whatever it may be. That's just the thing that I don't know. I just really can't stomach. But there's this fox that, you know, in the beginning, just like, oh boy. And then the fox just becomes this creepy fox, and I'm just like, and you know, Fox has got that little smiley face. So like, I was definitely like, what is going on with this fox, folks? Because I felt sorry, and then the next minute I was just like scared as hell of it, you know, but whatever. But Iwan's facial expressions is golden. This is something he excels at no matter what it is. So that was one of my favorite parts, is just watching his facial expressions through the entirety of this film. The ups and downs of all the craziness that are going on. But this film also taught me, well, it didn't teach me because I already knew this, but it teaches you a very valuable lesson. And that's group dates, especially when there's been opposites that have dated each other. Like if you're in a couple and you dated one of the other people in the other couple, it never goes good. It's a completely sloppy tactic, and this film was no different. Because secrets got told, boys were being boys, and it truly showed you how desperate the lifts of what people would do to get what they want. Like the desperation level was at 1,000 in this one, and it just was just nuts. It was definitely nuts. And then as if you thought that was all this film was about, once you're halfway through the film, then comes a house invasion, which took the film to a whole nother tone. And this is where I thought the film really started to get interesting, because not only did the complete tone of the film change, because there was a lot of dialogue in the beginning of this film, and then the second half, when the home invasion happened, things got really silent. It turned into like a wicked theatrical dance performance, like a stage play, but with horror. And so that's what you were seeing displayed, along with the score complementing it, but this complete silence, sound and whatnot, but just that. So the film just, it was like it was almost two different films at a point, because it was just so drastically different. And you know, I will say that I think that you truly, when you think about how the two parts, the continuity of the two parts come together, you saw the dysfunction in the beginning, but then the home invasion really was like the angle to make everybody like work back together, like to collaborate back together cooperatively, you know, because they had an enemy of my enemy is my friend type of thing. So that thing. But like, you know, this movie wasn't great. It did have some things I like the performances, the sound mixing was really good, but like something was still lacking for me. It just never ultimately came together. And I think because of the toning difference, it was weird because I was kind of a little bit detached and I got engaged, but I'm just kind of like, well, what was I doing in the first part of this film, you know? But it's just like something was just lacking. And I think for one, I needed to be just a little bit more convinced about the psychology of the folks committing the home invasion and like the way it was done and why it was done, because it was like casualties that should not have even been involved. And I kind of was just like, what? Oh, and then folks, remember that thing I was talking about with the fox? What the heck was up with the fox? I didn't even get an answer to that. And I really thought I was tripping, but I really didn't get an answer to the fox. Like, I don't know. But yeah, that's that. That's my review of the film. Barbarians, again, made its world premiere this year at Fantastic Fest 2021. Folks, jump in the comments and let me know your thoughts about this film when you check it out. And as always, stay tuned for more reviews very soon.
Big go back.